What else have I done recently, pop culture-wise? What else can we talk about? I vented about wrestling too much in the last one, so we're not going to do that. Woke up, got a nice lift. A little bit of leg day. Leg day, except someone had the f***ing rack, so I did 30 minutes of stair stepper and then, like, secondary leg exercises. It's still good work, though. You can still get a good workout by doing that shit. Yeah, I'm excited for that. But Switch 2, that's finally a topic to discuss and hear White Boy's thoughts. It's not something we've... just the game in front of me and something I've already talked about. Freaking Nintendo Switch 2. At price. I'm very confident. I've seen other people talk about it, and Nintendo's been open about it. Like, they probably priced and assumed some X% tariff into their pricing already, but then obviously the f***ing stupid-ass Trump tariffs went into place like the day later, so it's possible it goes up even higher. But I think they already had some wiggle room. They already priced it higher than they needed to in order to make up for potential tariffs, but I don't think they thought that they would get tariffed as hard as they are going to, because pretty sure they spent a lot of money moving their shit out of some country into another, and then that new country that they're in is actually reciprocally tariffed higher than the original country, which is just hilarious, but really freaking stupid. Anyway, yeah, so $450 for the console potentially, might even be $500. I'd say, like, on paper that's not actually that bad, only because, like, it's gonna be Xbox One, PS4 level kind of thing, right? We know this. You know, they'll upscale to hit 4K 60 on some games. They'll upscale to hit 1080 120p on some games. So it's like a Steam Deck. It's like a RG Ally. It's like all those things. And all those things, well, Steam Deck's a little bit cheaper, but the Ally and everything, like all of those are like $600, $700, $800 when they first come out. So $450 or $500 is not that bad. Now, of course, it's a locked ecosystem, so you're really only doing it for the Nintendo exclusives. But I don't know. It'll be nice to actually play these games not at like 720p 30 or whatever. God, that was so brutally awful for so long. Like, I've never finished Breath of the Wild. I like it. I can't get over how awful it is to actually play that game. It's just the shittiest. Like, it just runs so bad. Oh, this is gonna be insane. Anyway, the console price, it's probably higher than people want. Especially, it's a family-friendly, child-oriented system. Like, parents are not rushing to the store to buy a PS5 Pro, right? They're not gonna be happy that that's $450 to $500 instead of $350 or $400, right? That's pretty straightforward and fair. But then the game pricing that came out after. So everyone's like super hyped. One of the best directs in a while, Nintendo Direct, showed off the new console. It's a upgrade in most ways from the original Switch, but it's still, you know, more the same. Whatever. People are happy, yada yada. And then they go, thank you. And then afterwards, people are like, and here's the egregious pricing of the games. And it's like most of the physical games are going to start at 80. Some are going to be as low as 70. Digital games, digital. And then the physical are going to be 80 or 90. Plus, I'm sure there'll be some pre-orders that are like more expensive, because there always are. And it's like, wow, that is atrocious. Because I've always talked about, like, the whole Avowed videos and those conversations, like $70 for a game, and people are mad because it's like 70 is the highest for AAA, and they don't think it met that quality standard. And then I was quick to say, like, dude, inflation, like, games really were starting to pop up at 50 or 60 in the 90s. And then it was, like, definitely mainstream by, like, 2004, 2005. So even if you take 2005, $60 and inflate it to now, games would be, like, $90 or $100. If you take it back from, like, late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s, it's even crazier. They'd be, like, 140. So, I mean, games are going to be more expensive. But at the same time, like, what's the reason for that? The reason was typically because of, like, manufacturing of the physical product to ship it to stores, get into the malls, get into the GameStops for the physical. But digital shouldn't go up. But it's also technically more expensive to make games over time, and all the costs that go into it are up. So I understand going up a little bit, but Nintendo games have never been, like, all that actually impressive. Outside of, like, the IPs are just fantastic. People love the games, but they're not, like, pushing boundaries with, like, the most expensive systems and infrastructure and all that stuff. Like, they're made like shit. They know their audience. The audience doesn't care about the graphics and stuff like that. And that's fine. But yeah. I don't like the price being that high. It's inevitable that it was going to happen, but I don't like that it's happening with the Switch 2, because now everyone is gonna. That just opens the floodgates. Like, GG's, it's done. We're all screwed pricing wise. It is going up, and I don't think that's good, man. But I do want to play that new Kirby Air Ride, dude. My God, it was like a GameCube with Kirby Air Ride, Super Monkey Ball 2. Mario Kart Double Dash. Honestly, it's like those three. Eventually, there was a Wii, and I got, like, you know, COD World at War. You know, the first game that had zombies, and, like, aiming with a little Wii controller, like a real weapon, was, like, kind of cool as a kid. But yeah, man, Kirby Air Ride. It's crazy they never remaster it. So now it's Kirby Air Riders. I don't know if it's a direct sequel or a remaster. I guess they would call it a remaster if it was a remaster. Probably pretty fair to assume. Yeah, that is going to be nice. But it's like, I don't want to spend $450 plus potentially $90 for the game just to play one game. And then Mario Kart looks cool. Mario Kart World, open world. Like, screw GTA 6, dude. Where are we hanging out in Mario Kart World? I think that'll be fun, but same thing, man. Too expensive. Because Mario Kart is just not really, there's not a lot there. You're just racing with your little Mario characters. Like, it's fun for like an hour once a month. If that. It's not really a game that you grind out in like full AAA price. But it's gonna be, let's go, dude. Cry about it, buddy. Eat the shit, Buster. I feel like I had some more things to say about it, but as always, I'm like trying to focus on playing and having opinions. It's really tough out here, guys. Being a creator is so hard, dude. It's the hardest job I've ever had. You guys, you just don't understand how hard it is. Yep, Switch 2 is indeed one of the products of all time, I think. But we'll see. We'll see. It's going to be interesting to see if people actually buy it. Because I don't know if very many of you are aware, but like the 3DS came out, was largely considered to be too expensive. And then they rolled that bitch back like 1/3, like 30% of the price within a pretty short period of time. I don't know the exact dates, but I was under the impression that it was like a couple months in. They were like, shit, no one is buying this. I guess we'll decrease the price. And it worked. People started buying it. So tariffs suck for sure. And most companies are going to hate the United States on principle after this. If they don't already, LOL. But I mean, some of the companies are just going to have to, I just feel like it's like, do you want any sales? Then I guess your profit margins are going to be a little bit slimmer. Sucks to suck, but like it's better than zero sales. Because there will always be rich, you know, people who have like adult money and like, I don't care what it costs, I'm buying it. Like I can obviously buy the Switch 2 if I really want it that bad, but on principle, it's frustrating. Yeah. Switch 2, Switch 2. God, I keep bringing it up because I feel like I have another thing to say that I was going to say and then I didn't say it. And now I want to say it, but I'm not saying it. Say it, dude.